JBN will keep you informed. Coming up in the news today, former JUTC employee takes bus from depot, crashes. Man nabbed in Old Harbour with gun in waistband. Police advanced in probe into missing Portland cab driver. Hospital employee charged in connection with medical supplies theft. A third of Jamaican children 14 years and under are sexually active, says UNICEF. Missing senior citizen was last seen at a funeral in December. Construction worker killed in St. James freak accident. Man decomposing body found in Westmoreland home. And Canadian likely to plead guilty to drug charges. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Former JUTC employee takes bus from depot, crashes. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company Limited, JUTC, says it has launched an investigation into an incident involving a former member of staff who drove away a bus from one of its depots last year. The JUTC said the former mechanic took the bus on December 23 and ended up causing minor damage to a car in Grand Spence St. Andrew. No one was injured in the incident. The state-owned bus company, in a release yesterday, alleges that the former employee went onto the compound on the day in question in another bus, which reportedly developed mechanical problems along North Parade, downtown Kingston. It is reported that the driver of the bus allowed the ex-employee to drive the bus back to the depot. However, while at the depot, the ex-employee gained access to another unit and drove it out of the compound without the requisite security and operational clearance. The bus company said that preliminary assessment has so far revealed that the driver who allowed the ex-employee access to the facility was not aware that the former employee was no longer working with the JUTC. This is a very serious security and operational breach, and the matter is being dealt with at the highest level. The matter has been reported to the police, and we await the outcome of their investigations, said Corporate Communications Manager Cecil Thomas. In the meantime, the company said it has engaged retired Assistant Commissioner of Police Granville Goss to launch an investigation into the incident. Man nabbed in Old Harbour with gun in waistband. A man was taken into custody by the Old Harbour police yesterday, following the seizure of a .38 revolver and 4.3 cartridges. Reports are that the lawmen were patrolling the area about 2:55 p.m. when gunshots were heard. While searching the area, the team observed a man acting in a manner that aroused their suspicion. The man was accosted, searched, and the weapon found in his waistband, the police say. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Police advanced in probe into missing Portland cab driver. The Constabulary's Major Investigation Division, MID, says it's far advanced in its investigation into the disappearance of a man from Portland who claimed to have been in the presence of a policeman the last time he was seen. 26-year-old taxi driver Jeffrey Campbell has been missing since September last year. On the day he was last seen, he reportedly sent a voice note to his common-law wife stating that he was traveling with a policeman assigned to the Portland police. He hasn't been seen or heard from since. Head of the MID, Senior Superintendent Cleon Marsh, says the investigation is at an advanced but delicate stage. He says the search for a missing person may soon turn into a murder investigation. SSP Marsh says a suspect has also been identified in their probe. He says the car that Mr. Campbell operated has since been found. SSP Marsh says he is optimistic the police will be able to close the case in the near future. Meanwhile, the Portland police are reporting that the policeman, who was reportedly identified in the voice notes, has been transferred from the division. The policeman was removed from frontline duties when the news broke of the missing man last October. The common-law wife of Mr. Campbell said that she fears for her life after being exposed by a policeman at the station she visited to report her partner missing. Hospital employee charged in connection with medical supplies theft. 2 persons have been charged in connection with the theft of several medical resources from the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, in the country's capital. They are patient care assistant Joy Brown and a man who is said to be her son. It's reported that the police acted on information, raided Brown's house last evening, January 17, where several items used at the hospital were found in her possession. Philip Armstrong is the chairman of the Southeast Regional Health Authority that has oversight responsibility for the KPH. Mr. Armstrong says the incident is very unfortunate. He says that administrators may now have to beef up its internal control systems. In the meantime, he says the police are continuing their investigations into an incident in which a baby was stolen from the neighboring Victoria Jubilee Hospital. The baby was reportedly stolen just hours after being born. Mr. Armstrong says the hospital administration is still working to implement surveillance cameras at the facility. A third of Jamaican children 14 years and younger are sexually active, says UNICEF. 33% of children in Jamaica 14 years and younger say they have been sexually active, and half of those respondents admit they have also contracted a sexually transmitted infection (STI). The findings of the recent HIV and Sexual Health Electronic Survey among young Jamaicans can be found on the United Nations International Children Emergency Fund, UNICEF's U-Report webpage. The survey done in November 2018 yielded almost 800 respondents and spanned all parishes. Questions asked include: have you ever had sex? Did you use a condom when you first had sex? And have you ever contracted an STI? 78% say they have had sex, but a breakdown of that number shows that in the 0 to 14 age group, 33% of the respondents say they have had sex. In the 15 to 19 age group, which accounts for more youth above the age of sexual consent, 54% admitted they have had sex. The figures climb as the age increase up to the 35 and above age cohort, where all respondents say they have had sex. Having established the sexual activity of the respondents, it then questioned whether those having sex were using protection. 65% of the more than 540 respondents say they used a condom the first time they had sex. 50% of the respondents in the 0 to 14 age group admitted they didn't use a condom the first time they had sex. 39% of those polled between 15 and 24 say they didn't use a condom during their first sexual encounter. The bulk of the respondents who say they didn't use a condom were from Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, and Manchester. But that's not all. 25% of the respondents say they have contracted an STI. In the 0 to 14 age group, 50% admitted they have contracted an STI. 33% of respondents between 25 and 30 contracted an STI, followed by the 20 to 24 age group with 27% and the 15 to 19 age group 13%. The parishes with the highest number of respondents admitting to contracting a sexually transmitted infection are Westmoreland, Clarendon, and Kingston and St. Andrew. Sexually transmitted infections included hepatitis A, B, and C, genital warts, genital herpes, and chlamydia. Missing senior citizen was last seen at a funeral in December. 62-year-old Edmund Daly, otherwise called Ed, of Border Avenue, Avondale in St. Andrew, has been missing since December 30, 2018. Daly is of dark complexion, slim built, and is about 177 centimeters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. Reports from the Constant Spring Police are that he was last seen at a funeral service at the Meadowbrook United Church on Flemington Drive in Avondale. His mode of dress at the time was a dark-colored jacket, black and white striped t-shirt, and a dark-colored pants. He has not been seen or heard from since the funeral. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Edmund Daly is being asked to contact the Constant Spring Police at 876-924-1421. That's 876-924-1421, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Construction worker killed in St. James freak accident. A construction worker was killed in a freak accident at the Bogue Industrial Estate in Montego Bay, St. James, yesterday, July 17, the police have reported. According to a report from the police's Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, the construction worker, who remains unidentified, was digging a trench at about 2 p.m. when it reportedly caved in, trapping him beneath dirt and rubble. The CCU said he was assisted out of the rubble and taken to the hospital, but later succumbed to his injuries. The deceased is said to be of dark complexion, medium build, and is about 178 centimeters or 5 feet 8 inches tall. He was clad in a black shirt, blue jeans, and brown shoes. Man decomposing body found in Westmoreland home. The police have launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the death of a Westmoreland tour operator whose decomposing body was found at his property yesterday. According to police reports, the tour operator, 64-year-old Clive Bernard, otherwise called Buffalo, of Londilo Phase 4 Sablanamar in the parish, was found after a tenant living at the premises detected a foul odor and went in search of the source. Bernard's body was subsequently found. However, forensic crime scene investigators found no marks of violence on his body when the scene was processed. The CCU said a post-mortem would be done to determine how the investigation would proceed. Canadian likely to plead guilty to drug charges. A Canadian man who reportedly attempted to smuggle just more than 7 pounds of cocaine out of the island last November is likely to plead guilty to breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act when he reappears in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court today. The accused, 55-year-old David Barnes, an upholsterer of Toronto, Canada, was arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, and attempting to export cocaine after the drugs was found in his luggage at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. According to a police report, on November 11, about 2:20 p.m., Barnes checked into the airport to board a flight home when a drug-sniffing dog at the airport led authorities to one of his suitcases, which allegedly had cocaine weighing more than 7 pounds. The Canadian was subsequently arrested and charged for the drugs, which is estimated to have a street value of $4 million. When Barnes appeared in court Wednesday, his attorney Alicia Campbell told Parish Judge Von Smith that her client was planning to take a certain course, but that she needs to have further discussion with him. He was subsequently remanded to return to court today. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.